So for our fourth one of these, uh, has been, it's it's been a little bit IRL, but it's also been a little bit in game. Uh, Currently, today, uh, it's been a bit, and things have been rapidly developing here in Armath. Um, as of a few days ago, when Hayes arrived, the people from a place they call Burdown also had arrived, telling you they had been sent here from your companions. Uh, and they have proven to be very adept at building. Uh, Currently, today, Hayes is off assisting them as his strength lends itself well to what they're looking to do. But in general, Hayes has not been super open to talking about things. You can tell he's still freaked out and not really sure what to think. He does not freaked out by you, more the circumstance, and does not want to discuss it. He's never been good at emotions.
Shocking.
Yeah, exactly. But he seems to find some solace in physical labor. Uh, and these people who came from Burdown, there is a significant amount of masons, or at least people who know masonry, among them. They explain it's because they lived underground and created tunnels and built with solely stone for decades and decades.
Oh wait, yo, is this the people from the Demon Hole?
Yeah, the demon. They called it Burdown because it's burrowed
Right,
down.
right.
The demon hole.
The Demon Hole.
But they have been doing a lot of building. Let me see. Wow, my notes aren't in order. Ha 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 ha. But in particular, Amton, who it was this group's once leader, and supposedly like something called the Stone Guardian. He really doesn't seem to want to be a leader in any form anymore. Probably because he almost sacrificed all of them in a cult-like manner to the demon hole. Um, but over the last couple days, he's had multiple talks with you and Maya about wanting to establish a quarry so that he and some of his workers can properly start gathering stone for building to improve both the buildings that already exist, to continue building more buildings for the people who are even now still arriving, and to also eventually work on better walls, because your walls around the town are still wooden, and have been burnt down before, so it would be nice to have stone.
It's just the hot sand lifestyle.
Truly. That was the funniest part of the defense.
So
Hot sand.
stupid.
Um, uh, in fact, amongst some of the people, and the reason why you're handling the matters of today alone, is because Maya is caught up with two people who arrived this morning. A father and young a daughter duo, who apparently once ran a tavern, and they were told to come here,
Wait, is
by...
that the one that Nemesis slept with?
Yeah, Alice was flirting with his daughter, yeah.
I think his daughter was flirting with Alice.
I'm pretty sure it was a little of column A and column B. But I salute. But they have arrived here, and Maya has left the morning's duties to you, while she shows them around and gets lodging sorted for them. So to solve this issue with the quarry, you and Powell are have been for the last couple hours traveling through the woods to get to the ravine that the Faceless nearby have taken up residence at, as according to Powell's scouting, that is the nearest place with the easiest access to exposed stone, and even passage to deeper down, as some of these masons are also accomplished miners. They've got miners working in the mines. Anyways, but
I'm bringing my own miner to work the mines.
exactly. But you two were headed this fine morning to go and discuss with Havoc the possibilities of creating a quarry in the area and whatnot. Because you and Havoc had mutually expressed some degree of interest before in mutual business relationships. Originally just for blacksmith work. But who knows? Maybe masonry and mining could also be something useful to both of you, as I'm sure.
Man, I don't want to talk to Havoc. She's gonna beat me up again.
Oh, she has been beating you up. She comes by every day for training with you.
Every day.
We're gonna come to that soon. Well, yeah, you guys have the teleporter now.
Beating my ass.
You guys could have taken the teleporter, but Powell was kind of excited to, like, show off a little bit by leading you through the woods, showing you the more established road he's working on, clearing out some of the woods.
He just walks, he paces it every day. Flattening it down.
No, he comes out, cuts down weeds, tries to cut down trees, more often brings a wolf out into the woods with him to cut down trees. She's an accomplished lumberjack from what you've seen. But
it's a recent accommodation.
It is very lesbian of her.
Very gay of her.
It's how she copes with the monstrous urges. Anyways.
Just fucking attacks trees.
Eventually, she'll run out of trees. But you and your son are strolling through the woods. The last bit of the woods before you know that you arrive in the general area of the ravine. How do you think you've told Powell some of your concerns, the recent goings-on with your brother? He had briefly met Hayes before, and he has since then. But Hayes hasn't told him anything, and Powell is an insightful child and hasn't directly said anything to you, but you can feel him watching you interact with Hayes. When you do.
I mean, unless he asks about it, I'm not gonna, bring it up.
Fair enough.
Because, it's just, we're dealing with it. You don't need to worry your head about it, pal. No need to worry.
Then he is walking with you, fiddling his thumbs together, and here's something that I think Savior doesn't recall. And Esmond probably doesn't in character either, considering Esmond's whole...
It's Esmond.
Esmond doesn't remember things, but you can roll history if you want to see if Esmond would recall what is currently on Powell's mind.
Sure. 19.
Hell yeah. Very good.
Thank you. I rolled a 17 plus 2.
It's been about 4 months since this game started, and when this game started, it was early spring. So it's about late summer right now. You and me, out of character, Savior, had established that Powell's birthday is early fall. So, Esmond, as you're watching your son kind of fidget and look at you and talk about other things, but he's looking at you.
Bradley, would you say that I forgot my son's birthday?
Yes, but Maya would remember for you.
Oh my god. I know he's a bad dad, but he's not that bad.
I mean more the specific day.
Right.
But he's not saying it. But you can tell from his attitude, he's doing fingers together, glancing at you, asking about, oh, well, what's the town gonna look like in fall? That kind of thing.
Jesus.
Do you think Esmond has put any preparation at all in, or not yet?
I don't think he has. Like, I don't know. I guess, like, birthdays were never a huge deal,
Mm-hmm.
uh, for him, even, like, growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, they'd never really done anything when they were traveling.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Mel's birthday, like, he got him things, like, and he, like, tried to do something for that day, but again, they were always, like, pretty mobile
Yeah.
and moving around.
This is the
Uh,
first time you guys have had a stable home in a long time.
yeah. I don't think Esmond's prepared anything in the sense that, like, that's not just me saying that, like, because can't think of anything. That's genuinely, I think Esmond has had, like, a lot that he's dealing with lately.
Oh yeah.
And, well, he, like, knows, like, yeah, Paolo's birthday is in, like, the fall, in, like, sometime in the, like, early fall.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, like, on his mind to be like, I should plan something for my son. If anything, he would ask Maya to, like, not, like, do it, like, do everything there, but, like,
Mm-hmm.
if she could, I don't know, throw some ideas at him.
Fair. Uh, I will say, Pal has been talking a while about how, nearly an adult. He's nearly an adult. Hey, you know, he's getting big.
All right, fine. You can have. I was gonna say you can have whiskey.
He is coming to the ripe age of 6, but in cat ears, I guess that's 18. I don't know.
The ripe age of 6. Okay. Um. Yeah, no, Esmond hasn't really planned anything,
That's
but,
fair.
like, Powell's saying that he's just like looking at him, like it's very obvious what he's implying. But Esmond is very much content to just listen to Powell talk.
Fair enough.
Hey, Maggie.
Hello, Megan.
Hello. I thought you were gonna say something else. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm on call with Ned and Juice. I love you. Okay, sorry.
No, you're all good. Yeah. If you need to step away, it's fine.
No, I don't.
Fair. I could not hear what they were saying, so I
Okay,
salute.
good.
um, but you guys come to the edge of the woods. It's not into the woods. It's the opposite of that. And you get a proper look at the ravines. It's your first time being here in person in like 2-3 weeks, I think. Last you'd seen, they were working on making a proper bridge. They were starting building their own settlement here. It had still mostly been tents and whatnot. Now, though, you can see that there is a proper, full wooden bridge built over the ravine at the main point. There seems to be an improved lift there. There's even fences around some of the edges of the ravine.
Fuck, it's OSHA compliant.
So true. I mean, they have kids here, so
Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Forgot about
they
those.
have like 8 kids here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I forgot about those fucking rock kids.
On the far edge of the ravine, you can make out some, looks like maybe some more wooden structures. You can't really make out a ton. The cabin of the family that was lost, along with the tree growing out of it, seems to have been left largely untouched, except for a humble garden that's being cared for around it. not for the sake of growing food, but to, maybe a form of respect, beauty, that kind of thing.
Sure.
Yeah, and as you approach, most of the people that you spy that seem to be maybe taking a break of some kind, snacking on loaves of bread, by the edge of the ravine, chatting. You don't recognize most of them, except for one, a young woman with a fiery ponytail, mask strapped to her thigh. You recognize Burst, the fire genasi who is part of Havoc's personal group.
Her girl gang.
Her girl gang.
Asterix.
Her girl
Not
gang.
all girls.
Plus Lucius.
Yeah.
But Burst glances up as you guys approach, puts down her food, says something to the group, and jogs over. Hey, I heard you guys might be coming by. Morning.
Is this Burst?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I don't remember what. I haven't played Asmund in a few months. What did she say?
She had said that she heard you guys were coming by and said good morning.
Right. Yeah. Sorry. Who did you hear that from?
Havoc brought it up? Why?
What did Havoc hear about it?
I mean, I'm not totally sure. That the call says lots of things about people in the area.
Oh, so it was the call, not like a pigeon or something.
I don't know. That'd be a question.
Did you send a
for
pigeon,
Havoc,
Powell?
man. No, I didn't.
Right. Yeah, Havoc. Where is she around? She here? She busy?
I think she's inside the fort. I can bring you on over. We're on break right now. I'll be back in a little, guys. Some of the faces who are sitting there taking their breaks raise their hands in greeting. You spy a couple of maybe the teens you had saved among them. Most of them are wearing various masks of some kind, though there's a few who seem to have been comfortable enough to take them off. And Burst kind of waves for you to follow and begins jogging towards the bridge.
Jogging. Okay. I will follow her.
Alright. She leads you over. The last time you were on this bridge, it was a rope bridge, and, it was a lovely feeling walking over it. Now, though, it's...
Wait, wasn't the rope bridge part the one where they wanted to kill me?
That was... that was conscription that wanted to kill you.
Yeah.
The faceless were like, no.
Yeah, well, you did throw someone off there.
You did!
Huge. Okay.
But it seems the rope bridge aspect is gone now. It's like a proper bridge.
It's like a whole new bridge I have no associated trauma with.
Totally.
Great.
That guy with the horrid accent was here.
Yeah. Oh, London.
But you are led towards the wooden structure you had seen before, and as you approach it more closely, it seems like what Havoc has been saying about wanting to build a fort here has started to come to fruition, as the walls aren't fully complete, but there are some significant, wooden log. What else is it going to be made out of? There's log walls that are
Feel a
set
lot
up.
of arrows.
It could. I guess it could. And it seems like the fort is properly taking place. There are a couple kids that you guys pass by who seem to be... They're some of the younger ones. You'd hazard maybe 6 to 9 years old, who seem to be of a more lighthearted attitude, and they are messily painting a sign together, and it says on it Fort Lavoon, and I will put that in peanut floor so you know how it's spelled. But Burst leads you past it wordlessly, and into the fort proper. Like I said, it still seems to be largely under construction, but it seems like they're planning 4 towers at each of the corner. There's a couple center buildings. It maybe has some vibes of like a certain thing I've built that's fort-like in nature. I don't know. That'd be crazy. Amp, my
Yeah.
beloved.
Yeah.
Listen. The Chaz and the Faisals kind of got similar vibes going on, but you can spy the forge that you've seen a couple times, where you know Bulwark, the blacksmith, is working. It seems to be coming along well. Burst kind of like keeps glancing at you to see if you have any questions, but if you don't say anything, she'll just keep on going.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Slay. Bum. I can't spell. There we go. And you're led towards one of the buildings. One of the things that's still a tent. And upon entering it, it's a familiar-ish sight to you, as you had one of these yourself for a very long time. Set up with a large table in the center with different maps and papers strewn about, all sorts of different plans, blueprints, all the fun things. You've recently been able to do that properly inside your home and office now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And standing at this table is Havoc. Mask, of course, on, hair a mess, but seems to be poring over some blueprints, though sets it down as you enter.
Is she wearing shorts right now?
No,
Like
they're
the
not
Bermuda
shorts.
shorts?
They're not shorts. Since Juice is here, I am gonna subject Juice to the picture of Havoc because I love she.
I think it looks great. She
My
is wearing shorts.
they're ripped. They're not shorts. They're just, listen, I didn't tell the artist to put her in sore shorts. Man. She's a creepy lady. I love my creepy lady. Anyways, yeah, they aren't slut shorts. That's Esmond.
Yeah.
But she sets down the paper she was looking at, the blueprints, kind of folds her arms, cocks the hip, typical Havoc stance. Esmond, good. Thank you, Burst. Could you get me the report about the southern tunnel when you can? Burst kind of glances at you and then nods and steps out. Right, the call mentioned sensing you in the area. What can I do for you? Esmond, it is at this moment you notice Powell has disappeared at some point, though I'm sure that's
He's
relatively
like,
normal to you.
Yeah. Fuck. I'm yawning one sec.
Go off, King.
You and Nicole seem fairly communicative with each other these days.
You and your people are ones to talk, but we can... Is that what you came here to discuss? Do you want business first and then side hobbies, I guess you could say?
Yeah, I was worried you were going to say pleasure.
I'd call it more of a side hobby.
Okay. Business, right. You've got a lot of holes here. That's not a great way to start.
Yeah, it's really not.
It's direct.
Hmm.
We were hoping to establish a sort of stone quarry. We've recently had a large group of individuals who have, I'd say, I couldn't quite figure out if they meant that they had experience with the stone in a masonry minor sort of way, or if they were intimate. I'm not quite sure of the context. Uh, the quarry is the main piece that I came to discuss with you. I would have just wrote, but Powell insisted.
Makes sense. He and Spectre have been getting along well with the training and whatnot.
Oh, I'm well aware.
A quarry. I'd certainly be open to that. None of our people are particularly skilled in that measure. So I wouldn't say no as long as you're willing to lend us one of those masons, possibly, from now and again.
I'm sure that they can be persuaded to make the journey, the very short. Yeah, the journey.
Alrighty, well then, and I'll say that you and her devolve for a little bit into discussing the particulars, what sites around the ravine might be best, maybe getting Amton out here for a more quote-unquote professional's opinion, just figuring out those details. I'm not gonna make you RP that out.
Oh, I love land surveys, though.
Well, Esmond is good at them. So who knows? Maybe you and
Yeah.
Havoc even get to go out there for a little bit while you make your opinions.
Yeah, I love when my character is good at something I'm not.
Mood.
Yeah.
But you guys finish up around afternoonish. She calls for some food to be brought in, offers you some if you're hungry. And eventually steps around the table to glance at you. I was hoping to ask you a couple questions since you're here.
You have never hesitated before.
Oh, I don't hesitate. I just gave you a heads up.
Ask your questions, Havoc.
How is things going without our little people around?
Strange thing to call my friends. Very non-committal answer you've just given me now.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I recall Alice saying some lovely things about my friends and their following of me.
To be fair, you were at one point quite aggressive towards it. We don't need to get back into all of this. We've been over it a million thousands of times, I'd say, if I were the counting man, but I'm not. I'm not hot on the numbers. So... everything's fine, for the most part. A bit more boring without them, around, but never dull.
You certainly look like you're getting enough sleep.
Funny.
Have you heard anything from them? Any issues, successes, anything of that sort?
Not recently, but they're sending me plenty of mouths.
I'm sure that's a good sign. Then I just wanted to, well, when they left, I heard that they were heading towards Sorum, and word through the grapevine is that there's been some significant conscription activity in that area. Hopefully.
Sure, they'll be fine.
Yeah, hopefully. You all didn't seem much of a fan of the commander, and apparently things up north that way, so figured I'd pass the heads up, though it's probably late, considering this is all word of mouth. Esmond, your... Apologies for the topic change, but your training. You've been doing it for a little bit. Improving your skills.
Sure.
Those good things. What are your goals? What do you intend for yourself to be like skill-wise? What are you looking to multi-class? In what manner?
I sure am looking to multi-class. Listen, I'm still kind of working out what route I want to go.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'll let you switch it later. I don't care.
But the thing is that I think that the thing that I want to multi-class into isn't necessarily like what I guess like Havoc and Asmund would be working on, because I want to multi-class into Sorcerer.
I can make that work. I mean,
start throwing fucking water balloons at me.
So Sorcerer's a big change from the last things you were telling me.
Yeah, I know. I just meta magic is so hot. But
True.
For now, I'm looking at like multi-classing fighter.
Fighter?
Yeah. Fighter or rogue, but
alrighty.
We'll see.
Then, as you start discussing some of the ideas you're throwing around, you realize she's essentially making you a lesson plan. And you can, right now, take your first level in fighter.
Oh, I'm a higher level than you guys again!
You're not leveling up at the same rate as them, and they're gonna level up before they come back anyways.
Let's fucking go!
Yeah, and we can always switch that around narratively when you want to do a different class.
Yeah.
I don't care, as we can see with me going, yeah, you can drop Paladin and be full Blood Hunter.
It's okay, you're just a little possessed.
Yeah, no, it's like reverse possession. They are doing the possession, you know? But Havoc essentially makes this lesson plan for you of what to focus on and whatnot, and you can figure out the particulars of that multi-class later.
Right.
And after you guys finish this, she kind of stops for a little bit. It says, "So side hobbies."
She was saying, I thought she was saying society.
Society.
Society. Side hobbies.
You were asking about the call.
Doesn't seem as important anymore. There's something that you wanted Burst to check out. What was that about?
Oh, that's... The Acerite growth has increased, which is tied to a matter I wanted to discuss with you. I was going to come by to discuss it with you in person, but hey, you're here now.
Sure am.
I've noticed the call has never been silent. It talks when it wants to who it wants to, and can. But it's been a lot more talkative. And not just with me or with Burst, but with some of my other people as well. Some of the children who couldn't before are casting cantrips and talking about how they dream of stars and a light in the dark. I was initially a bit paranoid and did a bit of quarantining because I was worried about the corruption returning. But we've checked and checked again, and the corruption is not present. There's no mutations. The call is stable. So I'm not really sure. Maybe this is side effects just from proximity. Like I said, more acerite has been growing, and I wanted to ask if you've noticed any other odd side effects, considering your increased connection with the call.
I wouldn't necessarily call it an increased connection, considering I'm fairly certain that it called me gross or something similar.
I mean, it talks about you all the time.
I love the fans. If you want help with the call specifically, you'll have to wait till Alice gets back. I'm no expert.
I mean, you talk to it all the time, so I would think you would know more.
I can give it again, though, if you like.
Yeah, I mean,
Have I noticed anything weird?
well, Arcana.
It's not my strong suit. Let me tell you, bud. Intelligence. Not my strong suit.
Real.
Arcana. It's okay, I'm a bard. It's not okay. 10.
I'll say with a 10, you certainly don't understand the details of the call. What, and, you don't really know what to do about any of this, like, side effects, or children suddenly having magic, or any of this. You have no clue. You're right, this is something Alice would better understand. However, Havoc said you've been talking with the call a lot. You've only successfully spoken to the call once.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought she meant that in like a metaphorical sense, as in like with our like abilities that we have in connection with the call. Okay. Havoc, what specifically did you mean by me constantly having conversations with the call?
I mean, the call never remembers people's names, just kind of says descriptions, like, calling Alice Starlight and whatnot. But I can't talk. The call mentions often speaking with and being visited by the man with wings and the golden light. So you have wings, and sometimes your magic is gold, I guess. So, I mean, you're the only one with wings really around. I guess Lucius is away.
I fucking hate this. Okay.
No one's reported seeing you, so I kind of figured you were talking to it in your head like Alice does, or in dreams like some of the kids.
Haven't been doing that unless I have gotten an even worse memory, which, if that's the case, then perhaps I should hand leadership over to somebody else. Considering it was already quite bad to begin with.
So then, what? The call's lying? I don't think it doesn't really seem capable of that. Or at least doesn't have a reason to, from what I can tell.
Your conclusion, or only plausible conclusion, being that it's lying, ignores the possibility that maybe there's just somebody else that carries the description of wings and gold, besides myself.
Like who? We haven't seen anyone like that.
I have no idea.
The call has mentioned that this person talks about protecting the town a lot, so, I mean... Are you sure You're not like
Yes, evil
dreaming it
X-Men.
or subconsciously or.
If I was dreaming it or doing it subconsciously, then maybe, but as far as I am cognizantly aware of Havoc, I have not had a conversation with Nicole save for the one singular time. Uh, you were there.
Yeah, when you were
Yeah, it went
all
bad.
gunky and
Thank
emerged like
you.
some kind of. Anyways.
What were you going to compare me to?
I don't know, creep. Monster.
Thank you.
Hey, you couldn't see yourself, it was creepy.
I can go down there, can't I?
Yeah, of course. Uh, do you want me to, like, escort you, or are you good?
Oh, that's fine. I can get down there by myself.
Well, if you figure out what's going on, let me know, because this is... If there's somebody sneaking past us to go and mess with something as powerful as the call, I'd like to know.
yeah, I'll let you know.
Alright.
See you later, Havoc.
You too. You're not escaping training later. I'll come by Armath later.
Looking forward to it. I'll I'll leave and go climb in a hole.
Yeah, you step back out into the fort, head in the direction of the ravine that the call is within. You can vaguely hear Pal's voice. You don't see him right away, but from the tone of voice and what he's talking about, you can tell he's probably talking Spectre, as he sounds very excited. And he's talking about, like, a new string for his bow and stuff along those lines.
Yes, we love string.
It's so true. But getting to the ravine, it's easy enough to operate the lift. You've used lifts such as this before, and lower yourself down to the ravine. A proper passageway and staircase has been carved down to the call's chamber. You no longer have to dangerously wedge yourself among sharp rocks to get in. And you enter into the familiar but still breathtaking sight of the cavern filled with reflective, opalescent crystals, and the odd shifting light that hovers in the center of it all, sparking and cracking and twining in on itself. Do you say anything?
Hello. Oh no.
It's just different music. Calm down.
Yord.
Excuse me.
It's on fight or flight.
It's nothing. This is the music I
know,
always
I
use for
know.
the call.
I'll kind of walk over to it, I guess, and kind of meander around, give it a look, tilt the head side to side.
As you get closer, you kind of see it almost spark brighter for a moment and then shift as if paying more attention to you. And then you hear the soft, wispy voice. You smell the sea salt, can faintly hear the waves as the voice says to you, "Oh, hey, hi, it's been a while. How are you doing?"
Better than dead.
Yeah. Sorry about being so weird last time. I've never done anything like that before, and it was a bit, you still feel, scary to me, but Alice
Right,
says you're her friend, so you're my friend.
Okay, you don't have to apologize for that. I'm a little scary and weird. You're a collection of rocks on a wall.
I'm not the
We
rocks, I'm the light.
okay. We all have our faults and difficulties in life.
Mm, I'm full of faults. Get it? Because these are planar faults. Anyways,
I thought you said you weren't rocks.
though the planar faults are the cracks in
Oh,
reality.
right.
I'm kissing
Why can yeah. Have you explained to Havoc why the kids can do magic now when they could not do magic before?
I don't know.
Right, helpful. Uh,
They like
how would you
me,
just
I like them. I
fair
don't know.
enough. I guess you know what? Like recognizes like or whatever. Uh, my other question was going to be I guess how would you describe me?
Mm, I
You had
mean,
to refer to me.
I can't really see like you guys can. I can kind of get feelings like I can feel vaguely your shape and stuff, and I can more just feel the burst called it vibes. I can feel your vibes.
Right.
Like I can kind of see your magic or other people's magic. It's like little bits of light, and your light is gold, and you have things on your back that the skull mask person said are wings.
Oh, we've been having conversations lately that are slipping my mind.
Mm, no,
Is
I don't
there
think with you there's somebody who's kind of like you, but he's bigger.
bigger?
Yeah, brighter.
Right. Um, you don't know his name, obviously, then, yeah.
Mm, I used to not really get the point of names. It's starting to make sense now because things can be confusing when there's so many different people. Before, when it was just a couple, names didn't really matter. But now there's so many. Um,
It's,
I
it's
think
important to remember the names of your friends.
I think he told me his name once, but I don't remember. He's just big and bright.
Would you remember if you heard it?
I don't know.
Right. Uh,
Are
well,
names really that important? Because everyone just calls me the call, and I say to call me the call because
that's
everyone
your name.
is it. People just called me that first because I was calling to them.
Oh, what would you rather be called?
I don't know. I'm
You can
just.
be told whenever you want.
I've only heard some names. I think I need to hear more names first. But
And you can ask people to call you whatever you like when you figure it out. I asked people to call me Esmond, and they adapted fairly quickly.
it's that easy.
It's that easy.
Is it that easy to walk around too? I want to walk around and see things. And sorry, I'm getting distracted.
Most people need a couple of... I don't actually know, but the average cycle is for people to learn how to walk. A year, maybe? Year and a half.
Hmm.
It
I
takes
think I've
some
been
time.
here longer than that.
Alright, well, you also haven't had legs yet, so...
Yeah, and I'm also stuck.
Yeah, you are a collection of glowing light.
Well, those are
In a
what's
rock.
keeping me stuck.
Okay, what? Do you want to leave?
Kinda. I want to be able to see things and go places. Everyone else goes places, and I'm just stuck in one place.
And the accelerated appearance of Acerite in the area.
I don't know.
That's not you trying to branch out or anything.
Hmm. I think there's more people here now. and I'm not dangerous anymore. Everything feels good and safe, and I want to protect people, and I just feel stronger now. And that the guy we're talking about, sometimes he comes and he says that if I protect people more, then I'll get stronger, and then I can either come and walk around with you guys, or maybe I can find my way home.
Well, I can't say if he's telling the truth or not, but I certainly hope that is the case, if it's what you want.
He said if I protect you guys, one day he'll bring a gift. So
Okay.
I was gonna protect you anyways, because Alice asked me to.
So you don't need persuasion, and, it sort of seems kind of pointless for him to stick his nose in, doesn't it, then?
Gifts are nice.
Yeah, well, leverage what you can, I guess.
Makes me feel special.
Right. I'm sure you are aware of the fact that you are very special. Okay. Thanks for filling me in.
What's wrong with the light man? You don't seem to like him.
Yeah, he's a bit of a bastard, actually.
I don't know that word. Your light gets
It
dim when
means
you
your
talk
parents
about it.
weren't married. What?
What's marriage?
Okay. Not important. Sorry, what did you say?
Oh, your light gets dimmer when you talk about him. Like you're upset.
Right. Because I am upset.
Why? He seems very nice.
He is nice, but it's just a mask and a facade, and he's actually a motherfucker. And yeah, it's no deeper than that. Sometimes you just don't like people. Or you have complicated feelings about them.
I mean, I've met people I don't like, but they're people that wanted to hurt me or you guys. Does he want to hurt you?
I don't know. Not physically, I don't think.
Well, whoever he is, he's trying to protect all you people and telling me to protect. And he's saying that's a good thing.
How does he talk to you?
He says
Does he come here?
It's hard to tell, because when I talk to Alice, it feels like she's right here. But Havoc says that she isn't. Havoc says she's actually very far away. So, I can't see things. It feels different to me. When I talk with him, it feels like he's here, but it also feels like Alice is here when I talk to her, so...
So you don't know.
Yeah.
Right. Oh.
Kind of not, actually there.
Yeah.
Stuck.
Yes. This has been super enlightening. Illuminating. I'm gonna leave now.
Okay.
Do you need anything?
I mean, I'm lonely, but you don't like me very much, so...
Well, you're not a fan of me either, I'm fairly certain.
Well, you're scary. That doesn't mean I dislike you.
Sure, there are much better people that you can have to keep you company.
You're more grumpy than you used to be.
Right. Good talk. I'm gonna leave.
As you are leaving, roll me a perception check.
Okay. Uh, 14.
Hell yeah. Then, you chatted with the call, and as you're heading out, you hadn't noticed when this happened, and the call didn't let you know because the call figured it was fine. It was under control. Because as you climb onto the lift and start your way up, you hear the dying down sounds of metal clashing on metal. It seems to have already been coming to a close. You can faintly hear one of the faceless, maybe Burst, maybe Bulwark, you're not sure, shouting something along the lines of, "Tie up those raiders, we can find out where they got intel about us."
Oh shit, Raiders!
No shit, raiders.
Oh, fuck!
Whatever fighting there seems to be, you can't really make the lift go faster. But by the time you get to the top, tying it off, stepping off onto the bridge, like I said, it seems to be coming to a close. Though what catches your eye a few moments too late with that 14 is Powell on the far edge of the fight, clutching a wound on his stomach as he kind of tries to jump back from his enemy.
Bruh!
But somebody else is there as you watch Spectre, the ranger who has been helping him and training him, attack this enemy. There's a few moments of back and forth as you're hurriedly trying to, climb off the lift, start running in that direction, all those good things. And you watch as she forces him, the raider, to his knees, but instead of killing him or tying him up or anything of the sort, she yanks his head back, and you're too far away to hear what she says, but she's gesturing to Powell. And he holds his dagger for a moment, and then looks nervous and meets your eyes. And then rapidly shakes his head.
What the fuck?
And Spectre, you can't see her face. She's wearing her mask as always. But she seems to shrug her shoulders and then slit the raider's throat in front of your son. And let the body drop. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts.
Yeah. On who?
What was her name?
Spectre.
Spectre. I'm gonna cast it on Spectre.
Her surface level thoughts are disappointment that Powell hasn't followed through, but acknowledgement that this is still new to him.
I'm gonna go deeper.
Chimchar, stop. What does she have to roll? Hold on.
She has to.
Hold on. Stop it.
Wisdom save.
Alright, I will do that in just a second.
Okay.
The cat is determined to get behind the computer screen, so stop again. There we go. Alright, wisdom
Yeah, my
set?
parenting is going great. Wisdom
Yeah.
save, yeah.
Alrighty. 16.
That fails.
Alright, what are you looking for?
So I gain insight into its reasoning, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind.
Spectre's thinking about how she's been training him. He's made great strides, in her opinion. Not quite to the level that she would expect a faceless of his age to be, but, it makes sense. He'll only just be in training. But by this stage in any faceless's training, they should have had their first kill by now.
Bro, she's trying to make a child soldier. Stop it.
He's not gonna be a
Stop
child
it,
much longer.
man. Uh, so like, something that looms large in its mind, like worries over, loves or hates.
The looming in her mind currently is Pal's training and the disappointment of, by this time, really should have had a first kill. Most
Right.
definitely.
Are there still like naughty boys around?
Most of the raiders seem to be tied down by this point or finishing up fights with other faceless. The faceless have this well in hand. They are very skilled fighters.
Right. Okay. Yeah, juice.
Yeah, what's the question, King? So the Faceless as an organization were children that were kidnapped by the conscription and forced to be child soldiers. This group of Faceless escaped and are having their own life free of the conscription and making their own choices. But all of these people Esmond is talking to were once child soldiers.
Even the call.
Yeah, not the call.
Uh, the ghost of a child. No, those were inside Coco. Not actually. Those were just normal children, not soldiers. I'll. I'm a collection of child soldiers. Sorry. I'll walk over there.
Mhm.
Like, Esmond is fucking, upset, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
But
Do
also
you
he's
do you look into Powell's thoughts at all or no?
No, the spell ends.
Understandable.
But she does know that I probed her mind.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
hasn't glanced at you yet. Can you roll insight for me real quick then?
Yes, Papa. 15.
Hell yeah. Powell doesn't bat an eye at the slit throat.
Man.
Powell got nervous seeing you there.
You couldn't hear me, but I just punched my desk like 5 times.
He's seen worse than a slit throat. He was there watching Wolf chop heads off in the defense of Armath.
It's just like...
You know, you get desensitized to the violence.
I
He's
don't
just
want her
following his
teach...
dad.
I don't want her teaching Powell to do the big kill.
But as you approach, she doesn't look at you. She is speaking quietly to Powell in a language I'm fairly certain you don't speak. What languages do you speak?
I speak Celestial, Common, and Giant.
Yeah, she's speaking Sylvan. Ranger moment, you'd like. She kind of tilts her head in your direction as you approach, finishes what she's saying, and then swaps back to common. Right. Well, if that's all solved, I think I'll be going. And she turns and, like, shoulder checks you as she walks past. Did you say anything to her?
Nope.
Alright, there's a body on the ground, and Powell is fidgeting his paws together and kind of glances up at you and then back down. Hey, everything's all good. Dad?
I'm not gonna inflict wounds on my son. What the fuck? Oh, well, she's gone already. Oh, well.
Yeah?
Why do you sound nervous?
I thought you'd be mad at me for fighting. I'm not supposed to fight.
We're leaving.
You don't want to check on people? Make
No.
sure... I think that he kind of like glances past you and winces a bit. You don't... they're probably gonna interrogate the raiders and good thing. We should probably make sure that they aren't going to go to Armath next.
Esmond's like fucking so tense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. If you think it is of enough importance that it is something you need to remain here for, that we should remain here for, then I give you every bit of adult-ridden, potential, grown-up permission you need to stay here and listen to them interrogate these people.
No, we can go.
Leaving.
We can go. And he hurries to your side, tail tucked between his legs.
Okay. Esmond's leaving. We have a teleporter now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that route.
All right. So you turn around to head back into the fort to go to the teleport.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm just because that's where all faces are.
Yeah, that's
there's
fine.
there's nothing wrong with that. I just thought it was a fun visual.
I'm not storming off. I'm going home.
You're storming in.
Storming in. I'm storming the castle. Also, I'd like to clarify with those present. Yes, I know Esmond is an asshole.
But you hurry in, ignoring everyone, I'm sure. Nobody approaches you. And step on to the teleportation rune. And within a few moments, you and Powell are back in the center of Armath. He's still fidgeting his hands together and watching you for your reaction.
I'm gonna put a hand on his shoulder.
Roll insight real quick.
Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I don't like that. 10.
Everything's fine.
Great. I use healing hands.
Mm-hmm.
I give him 9 HP.
Hell yeah.
Because he got fucking shanked.
Yeah, he was missing 12 HP.
Okay. Go find Maya.
Okay. Alright. He takes a few steps, glances back at you, and then hurries off to go and look for Maya.
Sometimes you're 24 years old and you have a fucking fully grown kid.
Yeah!
Great. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Do you do anything in particular?
Me?
Yeah. We're not done, baby girl.
I cast sending.
Yeah, to who?
My dad.
That's so funny. Before you do that, as you are preparing to cast it, because I was going to do this after, but you see a pigeon flying in towards you with the letter tied to its leg.
I fucking pause in the middle of the like somatic component. Just glare at it.
Yeah, it lands on your shoulder, gives you a little peck to the collar, and you can see that the letter tied to its leg is addressed to you.
I open it and I will read it.
So either you can read it privately or I can read it out loud to you, and also, of course, give you the transcript of it if you want. Which would you prefer?
You can send it to me.
All right. Do you want me to read it out loud, or would you rather read it privately?
I'll read it. I'll read it first.
Okay. Secret, secret, secret. I'm gonna put it in the Esmond channel. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me make sure everything's spelled right. Yep. There we go.
Oh, this is long.
Do you want me to read it out loud to you?
No, I'll read it. I
Okay.
can read so fast.
Slay. If there's bad grammar, that's me, not him.
I'm so confused
What? Why?
because I thought that we was Renair.
Keep reading.
Man. Whose hands did you leave the farm in? Papa. I hate this guy. Who the fuck is Mirror? Ew, don't say you're proud of me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Family reunion.
Yeah. Do you want it read out loud, or is it going to be completely secret? It's fine with me if it's secret. Slay.
Like, I can say the gist of it. The gist is he's proud of me, he's hiding from the conscription, and he's on his way here. And he has a homie named Mirror. Yeah, he does seem like a nice man, doesn't he? I cast sending.
Yeah, what do you say?
Stop talking to the call. And also stop acting like you don't know shit. I send it.
Roll a luck check.
What, like a D100 or D what?
D100, yeah.
Okay. 87.
He reaches him.
Great.
There's a few moments pause. And he says, Esmond, you were able to cast this. You've grown so much.
Stop marveling, old man!
We can discuss all of this and more in person. This is good. I love you.
He just wasted several words saying this that many times.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything more. He just says, "I love you."
Great. Cool. That doesn't make him more pissed off or anything. Okay, great, cool. I'm leaving. I'm going somewhere. Fuck.
Where are you going?
Okay. I'm going to my room.
Hell yeah.
And I'm gonna look at some maps.
Yeah?
And I'm gonna fucking... I'm gonna draft a land survey proposal. That's what I'm gonna do.
Sure thing.
That I can give to the the rock people.
Amon.
Yes.
Amton. I can't pronounce my own
Amton.
shit. Sorry.
Amon, the guy from Korra.
Be nice to me.
Good name.
Yeah, you start drafting that up. How long do you think you work on it for?
Until it's done.
Like, what time of the night? Or day?
I don't know what time. Like I give it like 3 hours.
Okay. So mid-afternoon. What do you spend the rest of your day doing?
Probably check on like the longhouse and who's our artificer?
Oh, that would be Tyredes.
Tyredes. Probably go chat with him just to see like what they're working on.
Yeah. Normal day. Normal things.
Yeah. Trying to make it a normal day.
Yeah, a couple hours later, as you're finishing up with Tyredes and about to step out, you see lingering outside the door, in your view, and in that kind of way of making it clear, I'm waiting for you to finish what you're currently doing kind of vibe, is Maya.
Oh boy, I'm about to get the shit smacked out of me.
You said go get Maya.
Well, like, yeah, go get Maya to heal you.
You didn't say that.
He said go find Maya.
But she's standing there.
Okay.
It's been hours.
He looks at her. Maya?
Esmond, can I borrow you?
Sure.
Awesome. Thank you, Tyredes. And she puts a hand on your back to, like, in that friend way to lead you outside. It's very forceful. You're coming with her.
Okay. Man, I'm getting flashbacks to another conversation I had in the woods.
She doesn't lead you to the woods. She just leads you a bit away from the center area of Armath. Just in between some of the houses.
Yeah, she's gonna shoot me between the eyes.
Esmond, what?
Stop giving milk.
What happened today?
I went to the Faceless encampment to speak with Havoc about the rocks, the stone, masonry, shit.
Stop.
Went well. She's suggested that we look into it more formally, but she's on board with it for the most part, I'm pretty sure. Of course, it's like a back and forth thing with her, same with the blacksmith. We occasionally send one of them her way.
Right. Nothing about Powell?
Powell was injured, so I sent him your way.
And why was he so nervous to tell me what happened?
Yeah. Literally. Yes, dear. Probably because I gave him a bit of a stern talking to.
That's not quite what was communicated to me, but I can understand if he was more focused on one aspect than the other.
What did he communicate to you exactly?
She doesn't say anything for a few moments. She's just kind of holding your gaze, and then eventually looks away. You're very clear with your stance on things, Esmond. And that's fine. I'm of the same mind on many things.
I sense a but.
When children maybe have different morals or instincts than their parent, they might become paranoid, so parent will view them in the same way they speak about others who partake in such behaviors.
Maya, I have watched Nemesis and Shoshan and Alice and Tori. Maybe not Tori as much. I have watched all of them to various degrees take people's lives, and evidently it does not skew my opinion of them terribly much. Which isn't to say that Powell has nothing to worry about on that stance, but the specific instance that I observed was troubling. I don't like the influence.
Did you ask about it?
I did not ask him about it, but I read into the situation in my own way.
What does that mean?
You know, I turned on my empathy.
Right. Magic.
Is it really so strange that I am not particularly thrilled about Powell having any sort of relationship or connection with the Faceless, given our history with them? And then in addition to that, the disappointment that was expressed by this individual.
Esmond, I'm not disagreeing with you or your feelings about this. I'm trying to make sure I know everything that's going on here. I know that, Esmond, in a lot of ways, you're very in touch with your feelings. You're very good with your words. In other ways, you have a very hard time talking about them.
That almost sounded like an insult.
A little bit.
Great.
But that's okay. Powell has an issue with assuming the worst. It could be good if at some point you two talk about it. He's assuming the worst. You're more focused on, yes, he's part of the issue, but he is not the base part of the issue that you're upset about. It could be good if things are clarified between you two on both parts. I'm not saying right now, but from what I've been told, there's miscommunication to a degree about what you're upset about.
Well, I will make every effort to communicate accurately in the near future.
Esmond. And she steps close and puts big paws on either side of your face. Juice for you. This is a Leonin woman. I'm not saying you're doing a bad job. agree with you. And I know that it is hard to parent by yourself while also having your own moral quandaries and struggles about certain topics. I just want to help. I'm not against you. I'm on your side. Just trying to keep my boys from arguing or misunderstanding each other.
Right. Thank you.
Are you alright?
Fine. Well, that didn't sound very convincing. I'm okay. I am doing my best.
Roll deception. Well, no, not quite deception. Persuasion, you know. I don't know. Whatever you think is more valid here.
I'm a bard. It's 16.
16.
And a grandmother.
And a grandmother. She is not
Yeah,
a grandmother.
She doesn't have opposable thumbs, so it must be really hard mixing things.
She's got the little thumb thing.
Okay.
You can't really tell because I didn't make the line art dark enough there, but she's got the little thumb thing. It's not fully opposable. Anyways, we ignore that.
It's good enough.
She gives you a long look, still holding your cheeks very gently, and then pulls you close to... She's very tall. Curls over you, puts a little kiss on your forehead, brushes some of your hair back. I'll bring you some food.
It just nods.
If you need to talk, or even if you don't want to talk and just want company, you know where to find me.
Sure do.
Esmond. Thoughts can spiral when you're alone. Even if you just want silent company while you work. Come and get me.
I just want to do my work. That's all.
And you're not going to be doom and gloom in your own mind the whole time?
No, ma'am. I'm not.
That's Powell in the background.
Oh.
Canonically, whenever you hear Chimchar meowing, that's Powell. She holds you for a few moments longer, and then sighs and steps away. And heads in the direction of her bakery. Be nice to him! How do you spend your day?
Sorry, I was watching the video really quick.
What?
I forgot what the cat sounds like in that video. Yeah, spend the rest of the day just like doing general kind of work, this and that. Talking to some of the townspeople, gotta keep them familiar with my presence.
Hell yeah. Then, as you are working into the evening, stopping to do things, coming back to your office, finishing up for the evening, you hear the faint pop of teleportation. And at first, you think, maybe it's Havoc. It's a bit later than she would normally come. And honestly, you're a bit surprised she would come after a raider attack and whatnot, and you leaving in the abrupt manner you did.
Heh.
But hey, you heard somebody teleport in.
Can I see them?
The teleportation stone is outside your house. Are you going there?
I'll go out on the balcony.
Slay. Heading out on the balcony, you hear pretty quickly, somebody, kind of like sniffling a bit, and somebody else going, it's all right. Esmond will be able to help, or he could find out, or babe, it's all right. And you glance down over the balcony to see an Earth Genasi with faint blue crystals at his joints, consoling a tall, gray-skinned tiefling with curling long horns who looks on the verge of tears and panicking. It's Undertake.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh. I'll go down. In a bit of a rush.
Specifically, also his husband, Skoro.
Yeah. I rush. I'll rush down and like throw the door open. He's like panting a little bit. Yeah, what's wrong? What's wrong?
Undertake refocuses on you. He's tall and reedy and kind of takes a few steps towards you. Has been something's wrong. I don't know what. All of a sudden everything felt like it was cut off. It's still kind of there, but it feels wrong and it's not like it should be, and something's wrong with her, and I don't know what.
Wrong with who? Her?
Winter.
Winter.
Something's wrong. She suddenly we were just in the inn, and she said that something seemed wrong, and all of a sudden she just disappeared, and she doesn't do that, and the only people she talks to outside of us are I think like Nemesis. So is she with Nemesis? Can you check? I tried to cast sending, but I couldn't.
Okay, yes, I can cast sending to my friends.
What do you say?
Hey gamers, no. I'll cast it to Nemesis, I guess. And I'll say, hi champ. Yeah. Have you recently gained possession of a cat, namely one Winter? Let me know.
It does not connect.
Undertake. Oh! Let me mark that spell slot.
They're in the dreamscape.
I'll look at Undertake. It didn't go through.
Like,
usually I can try to force it a little bit if they're any different. Let me try. I'll try again. I will cast it again. To Shoshan. And it'll basically be like the same thing of, hey, do you have Winter with you? Undertake is concerned about her well-being.
So Ned, if you could just unmute real quick. I'm kidding. It doesn't connect.
Great. Yeah, we totally have this cat. Fuck, dude.
Like it's not even like when you've sensed before where you've had to essentially do luck. because they're on a different plane or something along those lines. There is no target.
They're screening my calls. Is this similar to what I experienced before when I tried to send a message to somebody or send a sending?
With your papa?
No, with Mr. Man.
Oh, um, kind
And
of.
like, and then I thought he was dead.
What that happened was you had failed luck check when you
Right.
sent that.
Okay.
At that point, you were aware to connect, but in this sense, it feels different somehow. Like there wasn't even a chance of connecting. Which, for all you know, Mr. Ration is dead. But
Right.
whatever it is, you are distinctly aware it is
No, I found out he wasn't. I
different.
found out he wasn't.
Oh, right. There's not even a thread for your spell to latch onto.
Okay. Uh, Quail. I'll send a message to Quail.
Mm-hmm.
I will send a sending to Quail with my
Please.
I'm using fourth level spell slots now, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I will send it to Quail and be like, "Saw, dude." Quail, I can't get a hold of Nemesis or Shoshen. You wouldn't happen to know of a cat's imminent presence or their whereabouts. You can respond to this message.
I'm gonna have to count this. Fuck me.
I just say however many sounds good.
That's fair. You
I
know what?
wasn't counting that.
I don't want to count it either. Fuck this. I'm not with them currently. Bad things happened with Nemesis. He left with the others. I heard he was carrying a white cat.
Cool. Uh, so that undertake. I unfortunately wasn't able to connect with Nemesis, but uh unfortunately this brings up more issues, which is not great for me, but that's fine. Uh Nemesis was seen carrying a white cat.
By this point, Undertake has, like, with each progressive casting of the spell, he stepped more and more closer. He's not, like, directly in your space, but he is, like, half an arm's length away, kind of curled in on himself, while his husband is, like, hovering, clearly a bit unsure of how best to comfort him. And Undertake frowns, still looking like he's about to start crying. You can't reach them, but they have her. She's all right.
Uh yes, Quail said something bad happened with Nemesis, and then they left to go somewhere. But that's all that was really conveyed.
And you don't have any teleportation to there, do you?
No, not yet.
I can't even teleport to there because my magic's gone.
How? Okay.
All right.
Uh,
Sorry to bother. I
Undertake. I'm sure that Winter is just fine.
she's never left me before. She can't fight.
Maybe it was for a good reason.
Of course, right.
She'll be back.
Apologies if you were busy. Um. Yeah. She'll be back soon. She'll be back.
Evidently, Undertake. Your missing friend, and let's not under exaggerate her status, is has gone evidently missing. This certainly takes precedent over land surveys and trade routes.
Still, I apologize. It's been a couple hours, and I was trying but couldn't do anything, and then Skoro said that maybe you could help, and I've you're right. I should deep breaths. It'll everything will be fine. She's with Nemesis and your other friends, and they're all very skilled people.
Yes, they're very capable.
Right. Apologies.
You apologize
Esmond.
a lot.
Oh, go ahead.
I just said you apologize a lot. Yes.
Could you roll me
Papa.
a quick little perception check?
Yeah. 15.
Oh yeah. As you are watching Undertake try to talk himself out of this panic about his patron? Question mark. Daughter figure? Question mark. I don't know.
His cat.
His cat? Question mark. Not really sure. Couple things going on there. We're not gonna touch it. Somebody's watching. From across the way, about to enter into their own building that they've been staying in. Wolf is watching this go down. Wolf had come here with Winter. Wolf is watching this go down with kind of furrowed brows, clearly able to hear at least what Undertake is saying. Maybe not necessarily you, but Undertake is in a state. She's watching you guys, and there's something about the gaze. You're not really sure. It feels heavy. But she watches and then steps inside her home. And that's where we're gonna end session.
Weird. What the fuck?
But yeah.
Like my reaction of fear response? Oh, undertakes? Perhaps.
It sounds like you're just having a bad time.
Esmond's always having a bad time. Esmond has never had a good time in his life.
Truly.
Once. He
When
did.
was the last